Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's that time of year again. That's right, it's the time to make money. We're talking about making so much money that you've ever made in your entire life. See, every single year, I have certain goals that I always achieve, I always hit, and it gets me closer and closer and closer to wealth. It's really not a specific percentage, but numbers that I always apply to get to my wealth goal. Even when I took a pay cut, taking the job that I now have, I still applied the same principles to invest the same amount, to save the same amount, and to pay down debts by the same amount. And the only debts that I have are my mortgages. So with that being said, I'm going to break down exactly how you can make the most money going into 2024. You see, taking the job that I took, I actually took a pay cut of $20,000. It might have been $25,000 to be honest with you. And I've even taken up a new hobby that cost me $2,300 a year. On top of investing into my YouTube channel and investing into other ventures that will soon pay off for me, right? But in the process of doing so, we're going to have unexpected expenses that we must account for. And then we must have our savings, our emergency savings. And then we have to start thinking about our investments as well. So, few key takeaways from just listening to a lot of financial news and listening to German Powell as he spoke in his press conference just a few days back. You'll understand that they are done hiking interest rates in 2023, and they even have 3 planned interest rate drops for the 2024 year, going all the way into 2026, where they plan to do a final drop. And when I say a final drop, that is not for sure, that is not certain, right? Projecting 2-3 years out is a long-term play, which I think is very, very risky. But at the same time, it shows their confidence in exactly who they are and what they do to make those type of predictions to continue to drop rates all the way into 2026. With that being said, the Fed plans to drop interest rates by 0.75% throughout the entire year of 2024, which to me is very minuscule, but I do foresee more people to enter the market because of this, and interest rates will be in the low 6s because of this, right? So we're already having interest rates at 7.07% for some refinances, 7.17 for some refinances. When you get the Fed rate to drop by 0.75%, you'll definitely start to see 6.5, 6.3, 6.4 in the market. And so that's going to entice some people to get back in. But just like I told my little brother, if you've never owned before, you're studying, you're doing different things, you're investing in the stock market, I would tell you to stack in that method as long as you know what you're doing, because in 2025 is going to be more advantageous. I do foresee a bigger drop than 0.75% in 2025. Then you'll get into the high 5s, even mid 5% interest rates, where I think is a decent place to buy, and where a lot of my friends had even purchased homes at 5% rates because they were just a little slow to enter the market when it was hot, thinking that rates may even go back down. So I think the mid 5s will definitely be a better place to start buying, and it will be severely cheaper, even with the cost of housing going up year over year. We now are starting to see inflation cool, and I don't foresee it to just spike immediately in 2024. So it's going to be a great time to purchase when you're not buying at the peak, but you're also not buying at the low, the very, very low. So what do I mean by this? you're kind of measuring where housing is. So for example, if housing is 400,000 right now and is going to go up to 415,000 in 2024 and then 420,000 in 2025, obviously, let's say 430,000 in 2025. You have to look at that interest rate at 5.5% versus 6.3 and say which one is going to be better. Most likely, the 5.5 at 430 is going to be better than the 6.3 at 415. And because of that, I'm saying that is going to be more advantageous for you to buy in 2025, especially if you can save more money as well. Now, if you listen to my show and you understand that you can do assumable loans with a FHA or a VA loan, or if you can find a property in which you can put little down and have a multifamily unit where you can offset the cost of the mortgage to where you're living more cheaply than it is to rent, that's also something that you can take part in. And of course, it doesn't matter what the market is, as long as the asset itself is producing, you should definitely go for it and buy. Now, when we're talking about making money right now, today, the stock market is on fire, right? It's absolutely on fire, and I'm loving it. For the last 2 weeks, it's been going crazy. And yes, you're getting this in real time. You're getting my videos in real time because my laptop is in the shop. So we're completely up to date going into Saturday. So I'm telling you, the stock market has been on fire. It's been going up thousands and thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars every single day in December, which is crazy. Okay. Typically, December, you start to see a drop off right around Christmas, right around January. People start saving, and then getting into tax season, you start to see a spike right in those February, March, April months, because everybody wants to get in right before everybody put their taxes on top of that, which increases the price of everything. But we're starting to see this spike in December. Why? Because interest rates are now halted and they're only going to go down from here. Because of that, people are more advantageous and more optimistic about the market, and they're willing to put more money into the stocks that they have taken out of. And this is why I was telling you to continue to invest, continue to save. My sister just started to invest. Shout out to her. And she's already making money in the markets because she listened to her big brother. I'm super, super proud of her. So now I tell you what I invest in, but of course you have to do your own research and understand that there is risk associated with stock market investing, and seek your own financial advisor, because I am not your financial advisor. But of course, my golden rules are always to invest in something that you know, invest in something that you actually use, invest in something that you love. So for me, I'm going to invest in Facebook. I know it, I use it, I love it. I'm going to invest in Apple. I know it, I use it. I'm starting not to love it because my laptop's in the shop, but hey, I still love it for now. I'm going to invest in assets that I know, use, and love. If you follow those rules, you'll typically be successful. You follow those rules, you'll typically be successful. Now, if you see a company that's struggling, like a Ford, like a Snapchat, and you know it, you use it, and you love it, don't go buy struggling companies that don't have expectations for growth, improvement, and money to keep afloat, especially if their 5-year plan or their 5-year has been down the drain. We're not here to take a risk. We're here to improve. So I also look at the 5-year, and I also make sure that companies are not struggling and only going up in value. Those are a lot of parameters to safeguard you from investing in bad things. And the best way to safeguard you, if you're not a stock picker and you're scared or afraid of you losing money, just invest in the S&P 500, which has the top 500 companies. Every 10 years, it has 3 down years and 7 up years. And of course, you're going to come out with about 13% returns year over year over the long term. So again, S&P 500 or VOO is the Vanguard index version. That'll help you to start to make some money in the markets while you save for your first property, second property, third property, or save for college or different investments. I saved for my first property by saving and investing at the same time, using that to cash flow into my first property, and then doing the same thing again for the second one. If you follow those directions, you'll be able to do that in damn near any market. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It is money making season for a reason. You know I post every single day on YouTube and on Rumble, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.